Lastly, just a few quick examples. Some of the California well-known urban realms. San Francisco is the most, has the highest population density in California. It was California's original city. That during the gold rush, San Francisco was the original big city in California. It wasn't until the early 1900s that it was overtaken by Los Angeles, but San Francisco is the original big city. Now, one reason why the population is so dense is because San Francisco is surrounded by water. There's no room to spread out. So as more and more people live there, they have to be in higher and higher densities. Unlike places like Fresno, where Fresno can kind of spread out into the agricultural environment. And because they're of the high density, they have a highly developed public transportation system. First class one with BART, which gets you from kind of area to area in the Bay Area, and Muni, which gets you within the city of San Francisco. The other big, the city which grew and overtook San Francisco as one of the second largest city in the United States is Los Angeles. So it has the largest population in California, and especially when you look at the conurbation, the massive amount of surrounding cities next to Los Angeles. It's just kind of a mass from one to the other, to the other, to the other. One thing is well known for is its freeways and transportation issues. So because it's more spread out, it has a less developed public transportation system like BART or Muni that you would have found in San Francisco. So people really rely on freeways to commute. And the real issue is because people live far away in suburban areas, they drive a long ways, and those long drives are what cause the crowding of freeways. So even as they build more and more freeway lanes, it still remains more and more crowded. The only real solution is if people actually lived closer to where they worked, and that way they didn't commute as far. But as things are now, it's a real issue. Some other examples of urban areas, I'll highlight places with outdoor entertainment and shopping. San Diego was a pioneer in this with their Horton Plaza downtown. This one here is in Pasadena, it's old downtown. Santa Monica. These are places that are a little bit like River Park. So River Park would be a successful example in Fresno of outdoor shopping and entertainment. And growth rates that until the Great Recession around 2007, 2008, the most rapidly growing urban areas were in the Central Valley and the Inland Empire outside of Los Angeles. And the reason for that is affordability, that along the coast and in San Francisco and Los Angeles, housing prices were really high. So that really drove a lot of people to start, that really drove a lot of growth into other areas, for example, near Fresno or Modesto, Turlock, or the area that we call the Inland Empire. Now, that slowed down during the Great Recession because of the housing crash, but it's starting to recover now.